Good afternoon, Spanish Fork. It is great to be with you to talk trash. We're excited for the few minutes we have together to talk about the upcoming change in our garbage collection day. We'll also talk a little bit about recycling, what actually happens with what you put in the blue bins, and some of the other programs that we have throughout the city. First, I'd like to thank our folks at Spanish Fork 17, all their help in making these live streams possible. And thank these three gentlemen with me today, Max Saby, Chris Thompson, and Reese DeMille. I'll have each of you introduce yourselves. Let's start with you, Max, and then we'll jump over to Reese, and then Chris, tell us a little about what you do with us and why you're with the city, or in Reese's case, with Republic Services.
Okay, my name is Max Saby. My title is Fleet and Garbage Services Division Manager. I've been doing fleet for a long time. The garbage I've been over for about, 6 years, probably 5 years, something like that. And Spanish Fork is a great place to live. That's why I'm here. Great place to work.
Thank you, Nick. Reese DeMille with Republic Services. I am the manager of municipal services. So I handle all of our contracts with cities and counties all throughout the state of Utah, and then I have Page, Arizona as well. We handle 11 contracts in Utah County. I've been with Republic for about 18 years now, and it's good to be working with and partnering with Spanish Fork.
I'm Chris Thompson, the Public Works Director for Spanish Fork, and I work with Reese and Max quite a bit to help make sure that the garbage services are taken care of, and also with the district to take care of the transfer station and a lot of the events that occur in Spanish Fork related to garbage.
Perfect, thank you. And then I'm Nick Porter, the Public Information Officer with Spanish Fork City. So first, let's talk about the big change coming up on Monday, Max. We have a big change in our garbage collection. What does that mean for each of our residents?
We do have a big change. As Spanish Fork grows and as the county grows, and we had to change the dates so they're picked up. The garbage and recycling is picked up. So instead of having a day and a half or 2 day pickup, which was Monday and Tuesday, we're going to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so that'll start next Monday on February 15th. And it is a holiday, but we will be doing pickup that day. And one thing to note is recycling is next week also, but the week after that. But then it'll be following with every other week, following the 2 weeks it's consecutive.
Perfect. So we all put our recycling out this week. We'll all put it back out next week.
Correct.
And that'll restart our every other week schedule. So February 15th that week, and then again March 1st and March 15th. Perfect. So if you're looking for information about this change, I'm going to navigate you to the best places for that. You will get a notification, an email, and a text message from the city in the next couple of days. You should have received a postcard from Republic Services that talked about your new day, and we want to make sure that it's easy and everyone knows exactly what their new pickup day is. If you still aren't sure, then you can go to our website, SpanishFork.org. If you go to SpanishFork.org/garbage, that will take you directly there, or from the main page, you can navigate that through Public Works and then the garbage and recycling page. We have a really cool feature thanks to our GIS department, where if you click on our Government Services app, so get to this page and scroll down. If you go to our Government Services map, this app will allow you to type in your address, and it will tell you exactly when your pickup day is. If you put your address here, it will pop up with the day that you'll be picked up. So at the city office building, our pickup day is Monday.
The map's not
on. Recycling will be Monday, every other week starting next week. There's some other cool features here about the schools and different services that are offered. But if you're not sure and you might be on one of the boundary lines, then go ahead and put your address in here, and that'll help you. It looks like I had that map wrong. Anyway, type your address in the search feature, and it'll show you what day your pickup is, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So let's talk a little bit about why we're making this change. Reese, we'll turn to you. Why now? Why is this a time where we're going to switch from 2 to 4 day pickup?
Well, as Max mentioned a little earlier, the county and the city are just growing to the point where we have to make some changes. And we're making this change in 9 cities throughout the county. There's about 37,000 homes that Republic Services picks up that are making this change. Now, not everybody's day is changing. There are some people that were on Monday that will stay on Monday. There are some people that were on Tuesday will stay on Tuesday. But everybody in Spanish Fork, everybody's recycling week is changing. And then there are obviously those that are going to go to Wednesday and Thursday collection. So everybody needs to look at the calendar and the map specifically to know if their day is changing. So you could be on a Monday and be going to a Tuesday. You could be on a Tuesday going to a Wednesday, or you could stay on those Monday and Tuesday days, but everybody needs to go check those. We just had to do it. It was time. We know that, and I think Chris is going to talk about this a little bit, but with the new transfer station coming on, it was just time to make that change. There was so much growth. And when we're picking up a bigger city like Spanish Fork and other cities throughout the Utah County, we couldn't pick everybody up at the beginning of the week. So we had to spread it out. But you can't do one city at a time, because every move you make is kind of dominoes. There's a domino effect. And so we kind of just had to bite the bullet and do everybody all at one time. And February 15th is the date for 37,000 day changes in the county.
Awesome. And I was looking at some of the numbers this last week, and we have over 13,000 garbage cans that are picked up in Spanish Fork City. And doing that in 2 days it's been a feat with public services. And as we continue to grow and demand for service increases, these extra 2 days a week will be of great help for that. Now, Reese mentioned something about load leveling in the transfer station. Chris, will you kind of address that and some more of the reasons why? And then tell us a little bit about why the city uses Republic Services to do our garbage and recycling collection.
Okay, thanks, Nick. A lot of you have gone to our existing transfer station in Springville that we own with several other cities, and it's really over capacity. It's too small and needs to be replaced. That replacement is going in Spanish Fork, just north of the jail, and we're designing that right now. And part of the design that we have to do for this transfer station is size it by the biggest day. So whatever day we have the most trash, then we have to size the transfer station to handle that. And then we project out 20 years and try to guess what that will be. Well, if you can bring an equal amount of trash each day of the week instead of just on 1 or 2 days, then the transfer station can be designed smaller and cost less money. So this directly affects what your garbage bill will be. If we can spread it out over the week, then the overall cost of this transfer station will go down, and the garbage bills won't be as high. So that's one issue. The other issue is with that you asked me to talk about is with Republic Services. We go out to bid for our garbage services, and we allow a lot of independent contractors to propose bids on how much they'll charge to pick up the garbage in Spanish Fork. We do this 2 years ahead of time before our previous contract expires, so we can compare and say, well, if we did it in-house, would it be cheaper, or is it better to contract out? So we recently have done that, and Republic Services was the best bid on that, and so we have a contract with them to extend 5 years out beyond the 2 years from now. And so we're happy to work with Republic Services. We recently did a survey of the residents in town, and one of the highest rated utility that we provide was garbage services. So we're really happy with what Republic's done for us. and I look forward to working with them over the next 7 years.
Great. And Reese mentioned that we're starting on Monday. Monday is President's Day. It is a holiday, a federal holiday, so the city office building is closed. But the transfer station's open, right? So Reese, tell us a little bit about the holiday schedule and when days will be changing throughout the year.
Yeah, I would just ask all residents to go to the city website and pull up the calendar. It's under the garbage section of the website, and you guys do a really good job of putting that all together. But it shows in red what the holidays are. And if a holiday falls on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, then garbage will be pushed back a day if the transfer station is going to be closed. But President's Day, the transfer station is going to be open, so our drivers are going to be working. And so President's Day will not be a holiday that will affect the garbage services. So we will pick up on Monday. However, Memorial Day, Labor Day, and Thanksgiving in 2021, those will be pushed back a day. At least the Thursday will at Thanksgiving. We'll go to Friday. Everybody else will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on their regular days. So if people can just refer to that calendar, just go by that calendar, then there shouldn't be any confusion on when they should put their cans out.
Okay, perfect. And like you said, the pickup schedule is all about the transfer station open and closed dates. So those are the holidays that we will shift days. And because this is such a big change, we'll actually have our phone number at the city. If you ever have issues with being missed a pickup or questions, or if you need an additional can or would like to opt into recycling, you can call our city office at 801-804-4500, and we'll be able to help you with that. Because this is such a big change, we will actually have the phone lines on Monday. So if you have any issues next week as we go through this change, give us a call and we'll be able to get those issues addressed and make sure that each resident is taken care of. And if you need to know your day and don't have access to the website, that's another avenue that you can take to find out when your garbage will be collected. So I think anything else, Max or Chris, on this change and next week and what that might do? If not, I think we'll kind of change gears into recycling. Max, did you have anything?
No, just the only thing I'd have is if they have questions, to make sure they call. It'll ease their burden and their heartaches.
Perfect. I do want to pull up one more thing, actually, on our website. I kind of skimmed past this earlier, but let me show the map of the city with the new days that we have. So we'll pull that up. And you can see that the west part of the city will be a Monday pickup with that line down Main Street and First South shifting to Tuesday. Our southern part of the city, especially on the east side, will be a Wednesday pickup. And then north of Highway 6 will be picked up on Thursday. So again, if you check out the map, SpanishFork.org/garbage to be sure and find some of those boundary lines. And if you need to type in your address on our government services map, that's a great opportunity to do that and find out which day will be picked up. Let's shift now into some recycling things. We'll show a video. This video is one that Republic Services put out on our YouTube page. It's also linked on our website. This will give us a few tips and tricks about recycling, and then we'll talk a little bit about where does what you put in the blue bin, where does it go, and how can we be sure that the recycling works for the city and into the future. So thanks again to Spanish Fork 17, and we'll queue up that video.
Recycling can be a simple thing that has a big impact on all of us. Republic Services can help you make a difference in your community with these quick and easy tips to becoming a better recycler. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. First, know what to throw. You should always recycle paper and flattened cardboard, metal cans, and plastic bottles and jugs with the lids on. Things like construction materials, yard waste, and greasy pizza boxes are not recyclable. Here are some common household items that are mistaken for recyclables. These items can contaminate or interfere with the recycling process. When in doubt, throw it out. Now that you know what to recycle, it's time to make sure it's properly prepared. Recyclables should be empty, clean of all food and liquids, and dry before you place them in your recycling container. The last step is the easiest. Never bag or bundle your recyclables. Placing each item in the container individually allows us to sort recyclables faster and more efficiently. This will ensure they become quality materials that can be turned into useful new products. By following these 3 simple steps, know what to throw, empty, clean, dry, and don't bag it. You can help eliminate contamination and minimize the amount of recyclable material that goes into a landfill. Together, we can make a difference in our homes, our communities, and our world. Learn more on how to become a better recycler at recyclingsimplified.com.
So let's talk a little bit about if someone does bag their recyclables or throw in the pizza boxes that are all greasy and some of those things we just saw in that video, what happens to that recycling load as it gets taken to the transfer station?
Well, so people have to understand that the material goes into the recycling center and then it's put on conveyor belts. And a lot of that initial aspects of the conveyor belt system and the sorting system is hand sorted. And so if there's people standing at those conveyor belts that are supposed to separate that trash, if they see a bag, they don't know what is in that. And they don't want to be stuck with a needle. They don't know what's in there. So they will just take that bag and toss it out. It's a safety issue. Plus, those bags get caught into the gears of the, it's called a MRF, Materials Recovery Facility, and those conveyor belt systems, those bags get stuck in there. And so it is, it takes hours a day to cut those bags out of the gears of the machines. And so from an efficiency standpoint, they've got to keep as many bags out of there as they can. That's why, like Walmart grocery shopping bags, they need to not go in the recycling bin either. Those can be taken back to the grocery store and recycled that way, but not in the recycling bin. So as far as bags go, try not to have any bags in there. The recycling product, you talk about pizza boxes. Right now, the materials recovery facilities are telling us that the Spanish Fork contamination rate is about 25 to 30%. So that means the 25 to 30% of the material that's going in the container is not recyclable. So I gave this example earlier. Someone has a tree branch and they say, oh, they can make this into compost. Well, yeah, someone could make it into compost, but it can't go in your recycling bin. Or, clothing can't go in your recycling bin, but it can be recycled at some other venue. So you've got to stick with those items that can go in the bin and go through that sorting system so that it can be recycled properly. And it's rare, but every now and again there'll be a load that is so contaminated, a full-blown recycle load where it's rained really hard or something like that, where that whole load has to be taken to the landfill. The whole thing is contaminated. So as far as a resident goes, make sure that your lids can shut so rain and snow doesn't get on cardboard and paper and things like that. And then just make sure that they're following the simple rules. When in doubt, throw it out, throw it in the garbage if you don't know, but empty, clean, and dry. It doesn't have to be towel dried, but you don't want to put a half-gallon jug of milk in there either. Just, make sure that it's empty and, things are spooned out. Containers are spooned out like peanut butter jars and things like that. They don't have to be washed thoroughly, but they need to be spooned out and then put into the bin. And then it works really well.
Great, thank you. Max, some residents have asked about glass. What can they do to recycle glass?
Right now, the city is not recycling glass, but you can take it to the solid waste district over in Springville on 4th South, and they will recycle it there. We've looked into it, and it's just pretty cost prohibitive. Other towns around that's done it really lose a lot of money on it, and so most of them have got out of it. So the district has decided they'd just put the bins over there, and you can recycle from the district over at the transfer station.
Perfect. Speaking of the transfer station, Chris, both garbage and recycling, the Republic trucks that pick up garbage and recycling, they are both taken to the transfer station. Is that correct? And is there a difference of where the recycling is taken versus the garbage?
Yeah, so there's the recycling as part of the transfer station where they load it into trucks that go to the recycling centers, and then there's the garbage part, and everything that is not contaminated that goes into the recycling bin actually does make it to a recycling center. That is sorted to another level of review of contamination, and then the contaminated recycling stuff is actually hauled back. But whatever can be recycled is recycled.
Great. So even though the trucks are both going to the same place, they are being separated. What can be recycled is being recycled. I know that's been a concern that some have had. Reese?
Yeah, I just want to let you know, just by way of numbers, in 2020, Spanish Fork residents recycled 2,710,000 pounds of recycling material. So about 1,355 tons of recycling material were taken to the recycling centers from Spanish Fork. So that'll give you some sort of idea of how many pounds are going that are not going into your landfill. So that's a good thing.
That's fantastic. As our time kind of winds down here, just a few more minutes we have, there's a couple other programs that I want to touch on, but Chris or Max, anything else on recycling before we leave this topic and shift to the other programs we have? Chris, I'll turn it to you first about our green waste vouchers and the lawnmower exchange program.
So every year, each resident is given 3 free vouchers to load up their green waste only, and take it covered to the transfer station. You give your voucher to them, and they just make sure that it's only green waste. They make sure it's covered. There'll be extra fee if it's not, and you can take your green waste there. Those are actually kept and scanned, and to make sure that no individual address is using more than 3 of them. If they are, then they get charged for that. The other is the Green Exchange Program, to where we've combined with UMPA, which supplies power to Provo, Spanish Fork, and a lot of the cities down here, to offer a rebate for people who are willing to buy an electric lawnmower, electric blower, or snow blower. And if they do that, then there's a rebate that they can get for buying those electric lawn things, so that we don't have any contamination or exhaust into the air. And then that actually gets increased if you trade in a gas-powered lawnmower, a gas-powered snow blower. So that will be starting up here towards the end of April. And then the last program that we're excited about is the neighborhood cleanup program, which will also be coming at the end of April as well. And that's where we'll have 5 sites, and people will be able to take, whatever garbage or debris that they have around their house, and they'll be able to take it to the dumpsters, where we'll haul it off for free and hopefully be able to clean up the city a little bit.
Great. Last year was the first year we did that. That was a huge success. Max, can you tell us a little bit about some of the usage we had of that neighborhood cleanup last year?
Well, I can, if I look it up. I know that we was really overwhelmed with what it was going to be. We compared to Springville, we compared to Mapleton. Now we're a bigger city, so we timed by the number of citizens that was here. But we had like 3 times the amount of garbage hauled off that they had, or pickups they had. And 30-yard dumpsters, we had, was it 65 of them, Chris? Seems like to me. I don't have that number right in front of me.
We took 275 loads of those dumpsters through the transfer station for a total of 616 tons of trash. So quite a bit.
That is a lot of garbage. So
and we'll do it again.
Yep.
and hopefully this will be a great annual program and something to look forward to get some of those projects done at each of your homes.
Nick, there's one other program that the county does, and I was able to follow up on that. Every year we have what's called a household hazardous waste event. And usually that's over at Provo Town Center Mall. People can come, they can bring their, fuel, batteries, they can bring, solvents, any hazardous waste. They also can bring computers where they'll be certified, destroyed so that your data can't be accessed. There's a big document shredder there where you can get some shredding done for free. All of this normally happens every year. Last year, because of COVID-19, that was canceled. But this year, what we are doing is something a little bit different. The full month of April, the transfer station will just provide that service for everyone. So you'll be able to just go and get rid of your household hazardous waste, computers, things like that for free. So beginning April 1st and then just spread out so that we can do it safely.
That'll be a great program. And as we get closer to each of these programs, you'll be able to find the information that you need on our website, SpanishFork.org/garbage. There's a link there for the green waste vouchers, and we'll get these other programs up in the near future as we get closer to those. We've covered a lot in a short time with our big change next week, back-to-back recycling weeks, going to 4-day pickup, and you may have a new garbage recycling pickup day. These other recycling and other programs. Max, Reese, or Chris, anything else to add as we conclude here this afternoon?
I don't have. We just appreciate their cooperation and what they do to help. They're very patient.
I would just say, Nick, people, talk to your neighbors and just spread the word.
Yeah, that's right. As you look out, hopefully somebody on every street will remember the new day, and we'll be able to help spur and remind each of you. So again, get your cans out by 7 in the morning so that they can be picked up as the trucks start rolling in the morning. Keep those recyclables loose in the blue cans, and we'll continue to have successful programs. Again, I want to thank Max, Reese, and Chris for joining me this afternoon. A huge shout out to Pete Hansen and the Spanish Fork 17 crew for making this possible. We had some issues with our Facebook Live, so some of you may be watching this on Facebook after the fact. If you have any questions, send us a message on social media or give us a call at 801-804-4500. Happy to answer those questions and work through these big changes that we're going through. But again, thank you for joining us this afternoon, and have a great day.